Dear Gates, crazy German fans and guys and gals, how's it going? Been a little while. Recently posted up a long battle report. Definitely not getting into the editing thing, but if you sit through the whole game, it's actually pretty interesting outcome, how that Russian team flanked the right side and took the objective. But I wanted to put up just a quick video about what's going on in the workshop. As usual, I've been extremely busy with work, and I had to take a weekend here where I'm not doing anything. There's no traveling, no nothing, and just spending some good quality hobby time down here in the workshop. Changed up the table. I'll take the camera out into the shop here in a minute and show you the new table layout. It's a very high density, northern France style board where we've got a river, we've got a lot of trees, we've got a lot of buildings. It's a very terrain rich board, so there's a lot of nooks and crannies. We're really going to be working on doing more with infantry and having more infantry lists. And what I'm kind of tying into here is the two books that I'm going to be working from for making my next couple battle reports is going to be Blood, Guts, and Glory. This is the book for the tank battles in the Lorraine, late war, 94 and 95, or 44 and 45. And you're going to see a lot of armored rifle company lists for the Americans. So it's going to be Americans, Germans, classic matchup. You're going to see a lot of Volksgrenadier, you're going to see a lot of lists for the Germans that are more reluctant trained, confident trained, they're not going to be as skilled troops. But I wanted to encourage you guys that are getting into the game to definitely, if you're interested in building an American Army lists and German lists, is to definitely pick this up. This is a great resource. I was sitting on the front porch this morning just going through some of the background to leaders like Patton and General Abrams, and these books are just great with history. The first 1/3 of these battle books are going to be all about the background of the units and the types of battles that were fought, the strategy, and you've got to sit down and take some time to read that. Don't just go straight to the list and start building lists. And then another battle report will tie in with this same thing, Battle of the Ardennes, kind of thing, is the Nuts battle book, which is the Battle of Bastogne. So we're going to recreate the Battle of Bastogne. We're going to, after this battle report and with this table I have set up, we will be doing Battle of Bastogne. I'm going to research Bastogne. I'm going to probably just build, obviously, a small segment of it. I already have a lot of buildings, but I did want to pick up some of the Flames of War, European style buildings, so I could have more of a town. I've got a lot of building terrain, but it's a mix between North Africa, South Italy style buildings. I've got some European style buildings. I've got some that are more going to be Russian style, Greek Orthodox style buildings. I'd really like to build on my collection of European style buildings so I can do more town battles and stuff with infantry units and half tracks and maybe 2 or 3 tanks, kind of light on tanks. So we tend to, here in the workshop, we get bogged down in these big tank battles. Now granted, the report, 3-part report I just put up recently is very tank heavy, especially the Germans. You got the King Tigers. I was just able to sneak up that right flank. And remember, with objective games, guys, it's not about just attrition and knocking out troops, because the Soviets lost a lot as they were moving up, but they took the objective with their infantry. So, and that won the game for them. So don't forget that. Again, the Battle of Bastogne book, highly recommend. Nuts, and it's got a lot of great history in here to read, and it gives a lot of fluff. And that's really what I kind of wanted to touch on today was. With wargaming in general, is to have a great backstory. So before Drexler and I and my son sat down and fought that battle, I built up a story behind it, you know, so there's some flavor to the game, so there's some kind of a feeling of importance, as it were. So it's a lot of fun, but just want to share that with you guys. This is where we're headed here in the shop. I'm still working and plotting through my Sherman Easy 8 build. It's basically done. I'm just putting all the little doodads on the tank. It's taken a couple of sessions of modeling sessions just to get all the little details on the tank. Very tedious, and then you gotta let everything dry good and then come back and add some more detail. So I picked up the paint, the olive drab, and the other types of paints I'm going to need for painting the tank, and then as soon as I'm done with the tank, I'll start building the half track. Get the half track built, and then it's knuckling down to getting the painting done on the infantry and the you know, the fine details on the tank and the half track, and then we can start building that diorama. The other thing I've got on my plate is I'm going to take my tiger tank diorama, and I'm going to actually spruce that up some. I'm going to add some more detail to it, you know, really add a lot more depth to the diorama. I'm going to add in some trees. I'm going to add in some more fine details. One of the viewers gave me some tips on, you know, some things I can do to add a lot of detail, little flowers. If it's like early spring, you know, kind of tell more of a story. So I'm definitely going to put more work into that diorama. And that's part of the process. I'm still getting into the modeling side of things, and those of you that, you know, hopefully I've encouraged you to get into doing some of the modeling and with the dioramas. It's nice to, you know, finish it and get the basics done and set it aside, like I have up in my in our living room on display. And you know, as I look at it, I go, you know what, this could use this, or I should have really done more of this, or I could tell more of a story if I rearranged the infantry. So that's kind of where I'm headed with the diorama. I'm slowly plodding along. This weekend is just a down weekend. I'm just chilling. We're watching movies, playing video games, Star Wars Battlefront, which I've been sucked into with the Star Wars theme. So I've been playing some Star Wars Battlefront. My son and I are probably going to throw up a game tomorrow with this board. So today I'm going to spend a little time here in a little bit building some lists. You know, we got American list, and it's going to be tournament. You know, we're really doing more prep for tournaments at this point. So we're going to be at that 1420, 1,420 points per side, which is about what you're going to be looking at, 1420 or 1450, depending on what tournament you go to for late war. So that way it really limits you, and you really have to hone in on the units you want to take. I think this first one is not going to be an objective battle. We're just going to play an attrition battle. If you get them down below 50% and they fail their leadership test, then that's going to be the victory. But we'll probably play at least 2 games with both these lists, one an objective game and one a non-objective game is probably how it's going to go. Then I want to, like I said, recreate kind of like the Battle of Bastogne a little bit, at least a slice of it. So I'm going to do some more research on that, and that's something else that you can look forward to on this channel if you're interested in this era of World War II. So yeah, I also wanted to throw out there, if any of you guys are playing the Team Yankee, that's something, if you've watched those battle reports, something Drexler and I were talking about. It's definitely interesting to me, bringing in the helicopters and the more modern warfare elements and basically the World War III type setting. I think that's kind of starting to be appealing to me. So yeah, I'm kind of, you know, I'm not making any large gaming purchases right now at this point, other than some buildings. And as many of you may know, various aspects of the gaming can suck you in monetarily, and you can sink a ton of money into, you know, building stuff. I'm still, we're still playing some Kings of War, so I've kind of gotten into this. So yeah, getting into another gaming system. But I wanted to throw that out. If any of you guys are playing Team Yankee, how you like it, how the rules play out. Is it real similar to Flames of War or World War II? Pretty much. and maybe put some feedback out there for some other players. You know, and some other modern warfare type games. And then those of you that play World War II, you know, you got bolt action out here, which I had spoken about previously in other videos. I've not really made the plunge into that because it's, you know, with work and the remodeling projects we had this winter, I really can't justify going in and getting into a whole nother gaming system. So, but the bolt action does interest me. I would definitely like to get into that. It's more of a smaller scale, skirmish type scale, which is interesting to me. So anyways, I thought I'd throw that out there if any of you guys have any input on those two gaming systems, bolt action or Team Yankee, and let us know what you think. All right, we're going to head here. I'll show you real quick the board layout, how we got it set up, and I really am excited about this layout because it's, like I said, it's so intensive with nooks and crannies and lots of places to hide and shoot from, and it's going to make the game a lot more interesting. So with that, I'll head out to the workshop here. Alright, real quick, I wanted to show you the update of the Sherman tank Easy 8 and show you some of the detailing on this Tamiya model. This is really incredible. You see some of these headlights and some of this fine details that this model has. Some of those lights, like the headlights, they're in like 3 different pieces, so you got to glue those together and then put them on the tank. And all the other fine details, the little handles, the little stanchions down the side. I still have to assemble the tank commander, and there's still some little bips and bobs on these sprues that I still have to get on this tank, and that is the type of level of detail that we're talking here. I've got to put the rear headlight assemblies on. I've got the ammo rack back here to assemble. I got some of the jerry cans that need to be put on, and then we'll be ready for priming and ready for the base coat, which is going to, of course, be olive drab. And the base coat, of course, is going to be black. Now, what I like to do, guys, is I like to get the black up in these recesses and make sure I'm getting up in here with the primer really well, so that acts as a contrast when we do I'll do a lighter coating of the olive drab, and some of the dark recesses will still be black, and then when you come in and start doing all the fine details, it really brings a lot of detail out of the tank. So we got that to look forward to. But over here at the board, I wanted to show you how we got this layout. So you can see some of my European style buildings. I definitely need more. We kind of did like a bit of an edge of a town with like some of the larger, like maybe like this could be a hotel, and this could be like a you know, the county seat for the county. Another little shop on the corner, and then you kind of go across this bridge over the river, and you have like a small little factory on the edge of town. We got another intersection there, and we got lots of little clumps of woods for infantry to get into, or for tank units or tank destroyer units, anti-tank guns. We've got some hills, we've got some hedgerows, we got some other flat top hills. We got another bridge, a temporary bridge that's been built down there. We got another stone bridge down here. So there's a lot of aspects to this board. We got a pond to go around that's basically just an obstacle. We got another pond down here with a couple of hedgerows. So all kinds of possibilities. It's not so thick. Now that's something that's on my list. I do have a couple boxes of trees, and I do have a couple sheets of Luan out in my other workshop. So I think one of my winter projects, if I can get to it, is to make some more trees and tree stands like this. So we can really do like a more of a Battle of the Ardennes forest style battle. Anyways, kind of maybe give you some ideas of what you guys want to do. A lot of this terrain is the river and the roads are from Flames of War Battlefield in a Box line, which I highly recommend. They're basically a rubbery texture. They're very flexible, as you can see here, and they're great. I really enjoy it. So the roads are good. You just overlap the roads when you get to the edges like this. It's not a big deal. So yeah, it's going to be fun and something to look forward to. All right, guys, have a great week and enjoy yourselves.